And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him.
Now we're showing Christ is gathering another peaceable multitude unto him. Who is this multitude?
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
And so came they into another land. So it's talking about the Indian tribe that came over here in 718 BC, when they was taken captive by the Assyrians. They were in the northern kingdom, and the Assyrians put Ethiopians in the land instead of our people. Read.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They came here to the Americas. Read.
That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Go ahead.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
It took them 1 year and a half, the Indian tribes, to get here. The North American Indians, the Baliko Taino Indians, the Mexicans, the Aborigines of Australia, the Polynesians, which are Naphtali. You're talking about the Mexicans, the Argentinians and Chileans, and the Venezuelans, which are Asher. You got the Panamanians, which are Zebulon. It took them 1 year and a half to get over here to this new world. Read.
And the same region is called Asareth.
Go ahead.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time. And now when they should begin to come.
And they say they dwelt here in this land, North, Central, and South America, until the latter time. And then they shall begin to come. But let you know the Lord is calling them back also. Read.
The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again.
So how will they get back? Read.
The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again.
The Most High is going to calm the waters again. Okay, no UFO is going to come and get the Indians. Okay, he's going to stay the streams again. That means the oceans are going to be calm. Read.
That they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
So the Indian tribes are going to go back the same way they came. They were showed signs to come over here. And they will be showed new signs to make it back. That's what the scriptures say. Now one thing I want to clear up before we break down here. You have some brothers teaching that UFO is going to come pick people up and set them in the land. Now we know that some people will be moved through ports. The angels move through ports. They don't travel like us. They travel through windows. So when Christ come back, yeah, the angels will pull some people through to the wilderness. Okay, that will happen. But that's after America's already destroyed. Nowhere does it say UFOs are going to pick somebody up and drop them down in the land. We want to clear that up. I know that that's far-fetched and some people haven't even heard anything like this. But these teachings are being taught out there. That UFOs are going to come pick people up and beam them up. And we're going to show you the scripture they're using to say that. Let's go to Isaiah, the 60th chapter. Here's the scripture they're going to. And I hope that this clears that up. All right? And another thing. Let's get that first. Get Isaiah 60. All right? This is the scripture that they say. Now we know that Christ was beheld in the cloud. Let's go to Acts 1 and 9 first. I'm going to show you how they precepted together to make you think that UFO is going to beam you up. Will we meet Christ in the air? Yes, we will. Those that are changed. But that's not talking about UFOs coming to beam you up. Acts 1 and 9. Read that.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of that sight.
So a cloud, and we know that in Psalms 104 and 3 tell you the clouds lay up their chambers or beams on the waters. So there is angelic chariots. Yeah, the chariot received Christ. Read on.
And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
So why are you looking up into heaven? The angels asked. Read.
This same Yeshua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner.
So he's saying the same way you see him going up, he's coming back from the sky. Read.
Shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
So it's saying the same way you see Christ was taken up into heaven, that's the same way he's coming back. So that's why the United States and the European governments have built a sawtooth vertical trap and weapons out in space to try to fight against Christ coming back. That's talking about him coming back with the chariots. That's not saying you will be beamed up into them. When it says the angels shall reap you, it's not talking about UFOs picking you up. The angels travel through ports. There's windows you can't see that the angels travel through. That's how people will be moved into their respective places. Now, let's get a scripture that some brothers pull out to say it's talking about you being beamed up. Let's go to Isaiah 60. Right? Let's start at the 8th verse.
Who are these that fly as the cloud and as the doves to their windows?
Who are these that fly as the clouds and the doves to their windows? Let's see who it is. Read.
Surely the owls shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee.
First of all, these ships of Tarshish is actual ships that the Gentiles will give us to bring our sons and daughters back to our land. This is not talking about UFOs. When it says, who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows, it's talking about how fast they're going to be moving to bring us our children, to bring the forces of the Gentiles into our land. That's all it's talking about. It's not talking about those. Where's the UFOs at? Where are people getting beamed up at? It's nowhere in the scriptures. Okay? It's nowhere in the scriptures. Alright, so again, we hope this cleared up a lot of discrepancies brothers might have and sisters might have about when the scriptures say depart. Matter of fact, let me go down the list here if y'all don't mind. Okay. I'm just going to repeat some of these things. Alright? You follow me if you don't mind. If you don't mind. Come out of her, my people. Depart. Flee. Remove. Deliver your soul. Return. These are all the passages that was taken out of the chapters we went through. The Lord is saying, come out of her, my people. And Christ said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Shalom.